Hey, what's up? We're back. Listen, if we are me, important like me, if I was at, I don't know, retirement home, I can pretty much guarantee I'm not going to be the one that you push to the window and just stare out. I'm going to be the one mingling, dancing, and just having a good time. So just in case you see that old person crossing the street and they sitting there two-stepping or maybe doing the Deion Sanders primetime dance, that's me. That's old. That's me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with you being here. You could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. Okay. I'm the Dad Panther, variety streamer, content creator, master of none, and you're here for another review. Okay. We are the Critics Collective, and today we're going to talk about Thelma. Is it Thelma? Yeah, it's Thelma. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I'm horrible with names. If if you've ever been here before, you know that. So if you've been here before, you're subscribed, or maybe you just like to show up, but you don't know if you should hit the button, or maybe you're new. Hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, thumbs up. Brand new channel. We're at 200 plus subscribers, and the goal is to get to 500. I don't want to say to infinity and beyond, but that'd be great though. Like if it just like if the number just kept going, like infinity and beyond. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, anyways, for this movie, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my first impressions. I'm gonna tell you the lows and the highs, and we're gonna rate it. But before we get into that, let me read what IMDb has to say about this movie. When 93-year-old Thelma Post gets duped by a phone scammer pretending to be her grandson, she sets out on a treacherous quest, as I butcher all those words, across the city to reclaim what was taken from her. Yeah, that's 100%. That's right. They I don't know who's writing these as of late, but they're doing something. They're getting it right. Must be doing something right. Anyway, so this movie is an action movie. It's an action comedy movie, okay? And the cool thing about it, and it does have to do with my rating as well, this has to do with a true story. Now, segue, we did The Beekeeper. Go check out The Beekeeper, okay? We reviewed that one with Jason, talk the same way and do some of the same movies, but they're still hella entertaining. Go check out The Beekeeper. And matter of fact, he's got another fucking movie coming out. I forgot what it is. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna review it. We're gonna review it. Now, the expectation for this one is low. I knew nothing about this, did not see the trailer. It's just an old lady on a scooter is the poster. And I was like, let's click it. You know what I'm saying? It like click it the ticket. It was on Hulu. I pressed the button. That's my impression. Nothing. Okay. Now let's go with the lows. The lows, this movie had some parts or some sections were a little bit shorter. It runs at almost an hour and 40 minutes. Man, when I say a little bit of short, little trim, supercuts would have been super for this movie. It would probably stop at about an hour and 15 minutes, which is my sweet spot whenever the movie is just missing that. But I would say that that could be a low moment. Another low moment would be the music. I really wanted more music to go with this. No, it wasn't super bad. No, it wasn't Mission Impossible or, certain action movies, but there are Easter eggs from action movies in this. But if the music would have been like, it didn't have to be new music. It could have been like, Fred Astaire and something. I don't have a list of music. Like it could have been that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's, I mean, I'm reaching to find stuff that's wrong with this movie. I'll tell you what I love. I love how they attacked ageism. They attacked technology. They attacked leaving the elderly people behind in this world that's ever moving. It's something you can almost guarantee if you're lucky, you're gonna get old. And as you get old, the world looks different, whether you like it or not. And they did an awesome job at this. Now, this movie is PG-13. That's another pro of this one. You can have your kids kind of there, give or take what they're watching. And there's nothing really crazy going on. Now, this movie was a comedy. This was funny, even though it was an action movie. So what I mean by that is there are things that you're normally used to seeing in actual action movies, and they do it in a version of like old. Like I don't. Not trying to. I'm not going to spoil anything on this, but it's just so interesting that there were so many scenes where you're like, I know what movie this is from. I know what kind of scene, and they still keep the tension. It wasn't like this movie was a joke. This isn't not another teen movie, early 2000s messing with the whole idea of rom-coms and stuff like that. This is not Scary Movie 1, 2, or 3, which is a joke and play on scary movies that have come out of the past. No, this movie honestly was an action movie. Um, the fact that they were able to still be genuine to the realism of this is a 93-year-old woman and her, counterparts trying to accomplish a mission that seemed almost, dare I say, impossible, was something to be said. So it just there, I couldn't find anything but good things to say. Like again, the negatives that I said before, the improvements or whatever, that's a stretch. I really enjoyed this movie. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rate this thing. Now, we're rating this thing because that's just what we do. You can rate it too. Just go ahead and put in the comments what you rate. It's either a 0 to a 5, and you get a chance to say, hey, look, this is what I think about the movie. Here, we like to criticize sometimes. We like to throw our opinions out, but it's a safe place. It's a safe place. Here at the Critics Collective, we like to make it safe. And how safe can it be? Well, we need you to continue to make it safe. We need you to come on in. It's warm over here, all right? Now, it might smell like Bengay and Methos or mothballs from time to time, but that's because we're just getting old. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the comments button. Is there another movie that you're saying, hey, look, we should check out that is something kind of like this? Maybe an action movie, maybe a movie with just a bunch of old people. Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Now, I'm going to go ahead and rate this a 4. Reason why I'm rating it a 4 is this movie is actually based on a true story. The director's grandmother, who was 103, I think, she was getting duped, almost like Beekeeper, from a solicitor, from somebody on the phone, a spam call. Like we all get spam calls. We sit there like, hello? And nobody says anything. Or they want to sell you something, or they're a robot. So we all know of this. And then a lot of times we have parents. We have people who are getting older, and we're sitting there saying, like, can you stop buying pots and pans? You don't need another set of pots and pans or magazines for magazines you're not going to read. Okay. And we're like, oh, you just want to hold them and say, it's okay. Don't click that link. Okay. Don't click that link. And so there's something about it being realistic from that person's life, like Meet the Goldbergs type of thing. Or it's a mixture of, hey, look, I can see myself. I'm getting older. You're getting older. Okay. So those parts were there, but there were memorable parts because, again, this was an action movie, and they do it with the idea of people are 90 years older and they're trying to help out what's going on in this situation. So with that being said, I want to rate this a 4, and you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. And you know what? I greatly appreciate that. So until next time, click a lap.